What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mind Garbage. My name is Eric. This week, I want to talk to you about something that just came out a little while ago. Telltale Games' The Walking Dead Michonne miniseries. I believe that's the full title. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead Telltale Games. I've played both seasons 1 and 2, and I've been really excited for this one ever since it got announced last year at E3, I think is when it was. And, sorry, little throat bug, as I would call it. This is sort of my review of the first episode, and my overall thoughts and feelings on it, and kind of just now generally about Telltale. Played through it last night on the day of recording this, which is 29th of February. It's good so far. It's only the first episode, so it's like I can't really judge the whole product. It's Telltale, for sure. I mean, playing through it, it's the same exact style of adventure game, and that's kind of the most negative thing that I have to say about it, where it just, there's something about, when Telltale first came on the scene, years and years ago. I mean, I don't remember some of their really, really early games. The earliest one I can remember is like Sam and Max, the newest one, or one of the newer ones that came out. But I know they've done adventure games for a long time, and this is sort of like, this is what they do. And I loved, like I said earlier, I love season 1 and 2 of The Walking Dead. I think that they're amazing, incredible games. Telltale is starting to show their age with this one. Life is Strange came out recently, which I absolutely loved. And you can watch the video that just came out Monday for it. Or actually, no, Friday should be a video. Sorry. And the thing with this is that it's showing its age in the sense that when I was playing it, I kept getting frustrated because I would, there's these like random quick time events that'll happen in the episode where, you kill zombies or whatever. And like it asks you to push up on the thumbstick. But it's like, it's typical Telltale where there's like lag and it doesn't actually like register that you've pressed up, which is really annoying because I'm playing an adventure game and I don't expect, it's not supposed to be Twitch based when I play adventure games, and that's kind of annoying that that's happening because you play an adventure game because for me, with the Telltale style, I like making choices and building a story. I play these games with my wife, and I mean, I played them before without her or whatever, but these ones, I like to do that with us together because that's a cool, building a story together about something that's happening. And this just feels like the age of this engine is really, really starting to show. It's laggy, it's really unresponsive, which is laggy, but it's a different, it'll lag, but then it does not respond to the fact that I pressed up and it just kind of goes away. I'm like, what the hell? This is stupid. Also, the camera is not necessarily fixed, but it's the way, if you've played a Telltale game before, you know exactly what I'm talking about with how the camera is. And that wouldn't be necessarily a problem if they could just, fix and evolve this camera system. I think Life is Strange kind of showed a perfect way to do it where, it is third person, where you are, when you're playing in that game, you're Max and you're following, you're behind her and there's a camera and you see her and everything, from this point of view, and then the camera's behind her. And that worked out really well, I thought, because, it was still an adventure game. You still interacted with objects, had conversations, and did puzzles, solved them and everything, but it was enough to where it's like I was not getting frustrated when I was playing Life is Strange. And that's the thing that's kind of, it's upsetting to me, is because within this, I think that Telltale has set up a really awesome opportunity with Walking Dead Michonne, in that, it's a mini-series, so there's only 3 episodes, and I think that they have a chance to really deliver a very, very tight season. I have enjoyed, in Walking Dead, I enjoyed seasons 1 and 2, both immensely. And even though people said they didn't care for episode 4 all that much of both seasons, it seems to be the Telltale curse. I enjoyed it. But I feel like there's a lot of fluff and stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be in both those seasons that you could take out. And that's where I think, not necessarily maybe 2 episodes worth, but you could just make a really tight season. And that's where I think that they could do something really special with this miniseries. And that being said, the negatives that I said about the positives, when I was hopping back into it, the voice acting is awesome. The girl that voices Michonne, she does a really good job of capturing how I feel Michonne should be. She's very, she's very sure. She's very sure of herself when she's talking. That's very, that's very clear. And Michonne is a very strong and powerful woman in the comic books, and that's what's cool too is there's these nice little like nods to the comics, loading screens, and even the whole intro. You see these little there's a opening song or whatever, and in the background when they're doing like a little video or whatever, you can see like panels and whatnot showing off the governor. And I was sitting there like, oh, that's cool. I remember, I know this is the scene when Michonne totally messes up the governor and all that stuff. And so that's cool to me that this takes place around the hundreds of Walking Dead, where Michonne's gone, and I'm not totally sure what happened. I dropped out of Walking Dead in like the comics and around issue 105 maybe, and it's cool though because like they have like this obviously new independent story, but I enjoy the fact that it's like they're acknowledging history within the comics, which is something I was curious about. I remember the developer Telltales said that you didn't have to have any sort of knowledge or whatever about the character, and that's true, you don't need it, but you can see these little nods and stuff with her, so when you're having conversations with these characters, Randall and Pete and Oak and Norma and Greg and Sam, I think, there's this history with her that if you have read the comics you know about, and to me that's really, really interesting. Also, one thing I do enjoy about the game is there's something that I can't really like put on my finger, is that with Lee and even to a lesser extent Clementine, when you played those seasons of The Walking Dead, you were essentially building your own character. Whereas when with this one, she's already a very established character, and I think what is exciting to me is that this opens up the door for possibilities to where you could have a mini series about Rick, or mini series about Carl, or one about even characters that have, spoilers, died in the comics before. I would love to see a story about Abraham, maybe one of Morgan, where he's off and doing his thing or whatever. And it's the thing about Telltale is that with this is that there's a lot of potential into it. I felt like when it started to actually pick up, it just ended, which disappointed me. And I understand that this is the first episode and that I can't expect too much out of it, but I did expect a little bit more, if that makes sense, because it's kind of like you go from this point to this point to this point to this point, and then in the game, or not the game, but the episode ends. But the thing is that's nice about this one is that there's a lot of potential here for them to, make something really special. That's kind of what I hope they do. I don't really have too much I have my negative thoughts and I have my positive thoughts about it. Overall, the episode, it was good. It was nothing great. If I had to rate it on a scale or whatever, it's a 20-point scale. It's like a 7.5, I would say. It's a good foundation. I'm excited to see where they go next with it. My hope is that you get to see your decisions and things that you had made in this episode, and obviously it'll carry over, but I'm hoping that we're going to see a much more tighter season, which is not something that we usually see from Telltale, considering they did Game of Thrones and that was like 6 episodes, which from what I heard, Game of Thrones was not very good, but I don't know, I didn't play it, so herkadur. Did I really just say herkadur in a video? I'm sorry, I feel stupid. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at EricMyers93. You can follow this channel on Twitter at 3_beersin. I'm in Disneyland right now, or leaving Disneyland, depending on when this posts. I'm not sure. In fact, I don't even know why I'm telling you all my travel plans. But if you want to see, me posting Disneyland pictures, you can live vicariously through me into Disneyland. It's gonna be fantastic. So I recommend that you do that. All right, I'll see you guys next time.